All right, babe, listen up. If you're out here trying to create the life you want, but you keep getting stuck in the same habits, same cycles, it is not because you're not doing enough or you just need to be more disciplined. It is because your brain is literally wired to keep you where you are because it perceives where you currently are and what you're used to, what you're familiar with as safe. And as for survival, it's trying to keep you safe. But you can reprogram that. The Becoming Her Blueprint is a step-by-step masterclass to finally understanding why you've been hitting the same walls over and over and exactly how to break through them. This is basically an explanation of my signature Becoming Her method designed to shift your identity at the subconscious level. So at the identity level of how you identify as a person so that you can start naturally showing up as the version of you who has really, it has it all, has everything that you want, is able to eat the food that's going to fuel your body and help you release the excess weight, able to create and generate and hold the money that you want to hold, have the relationships you want to have, the parenting you want to have as a parent, everything, literally anything and everything. It's no more forcing habits you can't stick to, no more waiting for motivation, no more just getting organized and more disciplined, no more feeling like you're just walking around in circles. This is the masterclass that's had thousands of women in my DMs like, holy shit, this changed everything for me. And it is totally free for you. So you're also going to get a massive PDF that comes with the masterclass, and it's loaded with resources, links, a bunch of stuff that you need to actually apply everything that I'm explaining to your life. So do you want to keep spinning your wheels, or do you actually want to shift some shit and get into the next level version of you? Go to allycasazza.com/TPS links. That's allycasazza.com/TPS links, TPS for the Purpose Show, and go grab the Becoming Her Blueprint right now.
Hey, babe, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you for being here with me today. We are going to get into something that comes up in my DMs pretty often and something that I really struggled with a few years ago, specifically when I was coming out of the old religious programming and just this kind of never focus on yourself, never do anything that's best for you that might not be convenient for someone else kind of just that programming. There is an expression that is just so popular. It's such a buzz phrase now. And it is let go of what doesn't serve you. Or people will say, this is about letting go of what no longer serves you. And it's a beautiful phrase. It has a beautiful intention behind it. It is something that, to be healthy people, we do need to be doing that. We do want to regularly be kind of auditing what we're giving our energy to, what we're allowing to take energy from us, take time from us, and it's really just about living an intentional life. However, if you have any sort of programming from religion or society or your upbringing that, making sure that everything around you serves you and letting go of anything that doesn't is selfish. And of course, as good-hearted people, we don't want to be walking around living this super selfish existence where nothing matters about anyone else. This phrase can be confusing. It can be troubling. It can bring up anxiety because it's well, I can definitely see where there's, I only have so much energy and time to give. And so I do have to kind of be careful with what takes up what, but also I don't want to be selfish. I don't want to be this narcissistic, walking around oh, that doesn't serve me. So it's, I'm not doing that anymore and I'm going to let people down. So I wanted to have this conversation really badly. I've outlined this episode several times and it's just time to get into it. So let's first start with, what does it actually mean to let go of what's not serving you? Basically, this means recognizing when something, whether it's a habit, a relationship, a belief, or even a role that you're in, is holding you back or draining you, instead of helping you grow, helping you thrive, or really just feeling aligned with what's important to you right now, with what your values are, with where you're at in life now. Letting go of what is not serving you is not about throwing away everything hard or inconvenient which I think that people use that as an excuse to do just that often. And so makes like this phrase, letting go of what's not serving you, kind of be even scarier, and like makes us that, we have good hearts, we want to be good people, we care about others. It makes us like resist it even more. But it's not about that. It is about releasing what is keeping you stuck in cycles that are negative or making you feel guilty or breeding exhaustion in you. So here are some examples. A friendship that leaves you feeling drained or judged every time you hang out. Sometimes there's friends that just, they complain and they don't do anything about it. Like, it's like they unconsciously don't actually want things to get better. And they seem to, on some level, again, unconsciously enjoy their struggle, enjoy their suffering. And so they're just like perpetually in this state of draining themselves and everyone around them and staying really stuck and being really negative. So that's an example. It could be a belief, like something like, I have to work myself to the bone in order to earn success. That's going to keep you in burnout mode. That's something that's not serving you. A habit like scrolling endlessly, mindlessly on your phone for hours, it makes you feel disconnected from real life. That's not serving you. So knowing that, what does it look like for something to serve you versus not serve you? I want to make sure there's a ton of clarity around what this actually means. So something that serves you is going to feel aligned. It's going to energize you. It's going to help you grow. It's going to support your peace and happiness overall. So, for example, a morning routine that helps you feel really grounded, like ready to do the day. A friendship example could be a friendship where you feel safe, you feel celebrated, you feel supported, you can be real, and you're both like kind of locking arms and wanting to see and help each other grow and expand. Something that doesn't serve you, again, is going to feel heavy. It's going to feel depleting. It's going to feel like it's keeping you in a loop of stress or guilt or resentment or drain. So it might be like taking on extra responsibilities at work because you feel guilty saying no, even when it's burning you out. That is something that is just absolutely not serving you. Spending time with someone who constantly criticizes your choices. That's something that's just like absolutely not serving you. It's keeping you stuck in this cycle of drain. This brings me to a question that I asked for a long time, again, years ago, when I was really just kind of coming out of the old religious programming of like, don't do anything for yourself. Like, you want to be selfless. Like, nothing is about you. You're not important. It's God, others, me. That's how I was taught. And so when I was coming out of that and I was in a state of exhaustion, I was physically not okay. I was mentally and emotionally and spiritually not okay. The question that I was asking, and the question that I have people in my DMs and clients bring up is, but is everything really supposed to serve us? And I've sat with this for a really long time, and this is what I've come to. Not everything needs to serve you 100% of the time, but the overall balance should. So, for example, even hard things like parenting or building a new business, they serve you because they align with your values and your goals. It's going to get you somewhere good. It just might be a hard part. But if something consistently makes you feel small, resentful, or like you are betraying yourself, that is something that is really not serving you, and it needs to be reevaluated. Anytime you feel like you're in a state of self-betrayal, in a situation, in a relationship, in a habit, like you're really just betraying your true self, that is at the level of not serving you, that it's got to be reevaluated. Life is not about selfishly avoiding challenges and making everything super easy and light. It is about choosing challenges intentionally that help you grow and align with your purpose, with what feels like your purpose to you, not things that keep you stuck, drain you, and make you feel like you're self-betraying. So there's this thought that I struggled with before that was like, well, isn't even that, like, that makes sense, but like, isn't even that selfish or narcissistic? This is what I would say to that. If you're struggling with that or you're having those thoughts come up. Taking care of yourself is not selfish, it's necessary. You cannot pour into others if you're constantly running on empty. We've heard this a billion trillion times, yet we still continue to live opposite of that. When you let go of what is not serving you, deeply, perpetually not serving you, you are actually able to show up better for the people that you say are your priority. Yourself included, your kids included, your partner included, friends and family, everyone included. You're able to really show up better. So essentially, letting go of things that are perpetually not serving you, not supporting the version of yourself you aspire to be is selfless. Okay, so here's a couple of examples. Let's say that we've got a burned out mom who never takes a break and cannot be present or patient with her kids. She is doing way too much, and that is not serving her, and it's hurting her kids. Let's say we have another mom who really honors her need for rest. She sets boundaries. She says no a lot. Um, Joy is there for her. She's able to show up for her family with more energy, more patience, more love. That's going to positively affect her kids, those around her, and her. So she's doing well, and others are doing well because she's doing well. I think when we hear this expression, you got to let go of what's not serving you, we get this idea, this wrong idea that, oh, it's about, avoiding responsibility and anything that's uncomfortable. It's not serving me. I'm going to let it go. And like, that's not what life's about. Life is not about avoiding responsibility. It's not about avoiding discomfort. Discomfort is actually really good, and it makes you grow and it pulls you forward to the next level version of yourself. Life is about being intentional, though. It is about aligning your life with your values, your passions, and your purpose. And you simply cannot be everywhere at once. You cannot be everything to everyone. So by letting go of what you know in your soul does not serve you, you make space for what does. There's more joy, there's deeper connections, there's more personal growth, there's more fulfillment, and that positively impacts everyone around you. For those of us that were taught to put others first, and there's that stuck programming, putting others first does not mean abandoning yourself. It is about balance. If you're constantly putting yourself last, you're modeling that behavior for your kids, your partner, your friends. You're teaching everyone and solidifying that in yourself that it is okay to neglect your own needs. Taking care of yourself is putting others first because it allows you to show up as your best, healthiest, most loving, and evolved self. So we got to reframe it. Putting others first does not mean sacrificing yourself. It means leading with love and generosity while also honoring your own worth and the fact that you have limits. My hope with this conversation is that it just turns a light bulb on for some of you. Some of you were just not raised with these limits and this programming, and that is amazing. But for those of us that were, and it's really become a stuck point, I'm just hoping that these like little kind of realizations I've had over the years with this topic is something that I could share with you, and that it will transfer to you and really help you step into your power and confidently make decisions that might be hard for other people or make them upset, especially if you are typically the person that just says yes all the time and is always putting yourself last and doing everything for everyone else with, your partner or your husband or your kids or whatever. You're breaking cycles. You're shifting the way things have been done. And especially if the other person is not emotionally mature or healthy, it can upset them. But knowing that you're not being selfish in a bad way, like knowing that like you are truly honoring yourself and in effect honoring everyone around you with the decisions you're making, that's going to feel really good. So that's the difference of what like letting go of what doesn't serve you versus being selfish, in my opinion. Let me know what you think. Send me a DM on Instagram. Share with me. Please take a screenshot. Share that you listened to this episode. God, this is a message that so many women need. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss our weekly episodes. I love you, and I'll see you next time.